Okay, welcome everyone. This is my first VOD review, and today we'll be discussing Flamingo Esports versus Damwon Gaming. And we are currently still in the play-in stage at patch 9.19. And one thing you need to know is the three champions that are either pick or ban is your Renekton, your Syndra, as well as your Kiana. This is mainly because of how good one Kiana is. They tried to nerf her multiple times, but she's still very, very strong. Not to mention the fact that Syndra has been buffed a lot. And this has made Syndra a very popular flex pick because you can either play bot or bot or mid. The other thing that you need to notice is the fact that Draven and Thresh have been banned. And the main reason why they have been banned is for two reasons. One, Damwon Gaming is top centric. This basically means that they play the top side of the map way better than they play the bottom side. And this is mainly because of the fact that Nagari Canyon and Showmaker have been playing together since 2017 and they have really good synergy. Unlike, your bot side, which is Nuclear and Beryl. I think Nuclear only got to the else, only started playing for Damwon Gaming in 2018. 2019, yeah. And yeah, 2018, roughly around November, that's when they signed him in. So he's just only been playing with Damwon Gaming for about a year. This means that in order for Flamengo Esports to actually win this match, and it's very, very, I can't stress this enough, they need to win this match, or else they will be playing the tiebreaker against Royal Youth League. And to be honest with you, as much as Flamengo Esports is, I would say, second tier in terms of Group D, they make quite a lot of mistakes, which Royal Youth League can actually take advantage of. So they don't want to play against Royal Youth League, but at the same time, win against Damwon Gaming is very hard since they are the first tier seed within Group D play-ins. Now, looking at the pick or ban, as I said, since Damwon Gaming's bot side is more weaker, they would want to ban out Brett and Lucy's main picks, which is Thresh and Draven. And the main reason why you want to ban Draven is because of how aggressive Brett's Draven is. And it's quite good for the fact that Damwon Gaming has paid so much respect for Flamengo Esports bot lane. Now, most of the time, Nogari would play late game scaling champions. And one thing that I'm actually surprised is the fact that Flamengo Esports have not banned Vladimir. And the main reason why I'm saying this is because Nogari's Vladimir is very scary. He can 1v5. Once he reaches level 9, he can 1v5 and automatically win the game. And this is how Damwon Gaming has won the past couple of games, by putting Nogari on Vladimir and allowing him to scale until he gets to that point. This would mean that Nico, not Nico, but Robo, has the biggest task. And this is to make sure that Nogari is so far behind that Damwon Gaming cannot play top sentry anymore. So this would mean that Robo should play an aggressive top laner. So either something like your Darius or, and so sad thing that they actually banned Renekton. Renekton would have been a good answer because of how lane dominant Renekton is. And then you'd have Shrimp on an early game jungler and with either camp, bot, or top, right? And the main reason I'm saying camp, bot, or top is because one, you'll be putting Nagori behind. Two, you'll be taking advantage of Damwon Gaming's weakest part, which is bot lane. So now the champions that have been chosen, which I don't agree on, is you have Nico, Kai'Sa, and Rek'Sai. Nico is a really good team fight champion. Rek'Sai is really good early game, and Kai'Sa is more of the late game insurance. And then for Dominant Gaming, they actually have Rise, which is late game, and Xayah. And then you have Canyon playing Lee Sin, which is more of the playmaker and pick potential. But they shouldn't have picked Xayah third. And the main reason why I'm saying this is because normally you pick Xayah, you pick Xayah as second. So you have your jungler first, right? Which would be probably Lee Sin. And then you have Xayah and Rakan. And the main reason why you do this is because you want Xayah and Rakan together. When this lovers duo is basically separated, Rakan can't really perform as well. Same thing can actually be said for Xayah. She can't really perform as well with other supports besides Rakan. And I will be surprised if Flamengo Esports does not ban this champion, does not ban Rakan and Vladimir. The main reason I'm saying is because Rise is a flex pick, which means that Showmaker can actually pilot Rise. And then you have Showmaker on Rise, you have Nagori on Vladimir, and then you just have a super late game monsters. Now the other thing that you have to notice is the fact that Nautilus has been banned. The main reason why Nautilus has been banned is because it goes really well with Kai'Sa. Ooh, wow. They actually banned. This is very interesting because they actually banned Akali instead of Vladimir. This is a big mistake. But I understand why you ban Akali. The main reason why you ban Akali is because Showmaker, in terms of the LCK, you have Faker and then you have Showmaker. These two players are extremely good in playing Akali. And I understand why you actually ban him, because like you actually ban Akali because despite the number of nerfs they actually gave Akali, she's still pretty strong. Oh, okay. This is very interesting because I thought that Nico was going support. And the main reason why I'm saying this is because most people, in terms of solo queue, and to a certain point, your pro play, they would pick Nico as a support to Kai'Sa if Nautilus has been banned. But now, Flamengo Esports have chosen Pyke, and the main reason why they've chosen Pyke is because of the fact that they want a kill lane, right? You have Showmaker on a semi-immobile champion, and the reason why I'm saying semi-immobile is because the only thing that can get Xayah out of a tough situation, and we all know the fact that they have increased the cooldown on her ult. which means that she can't always get out. But at the same time, I'm surprised why Damwon Gaming has actually chosen Yumi, because Yumi has also been nerfed a bunch of times. Her projectile slow is currently 20%, which is way, way, way less than it used to be. So I'm guessing they're going for the, hey, let's try and take advantage of how weak bot lane is. But now it brings to question what they will actually pick top lane, because you haven't banned Vladimir, and Damwon Gaming can just pick Vladimir and then just destroy top lane late game. And I don't think Irelia is, as much as Irelia is a good top laner, she is a flex pick, but she's a good top lane. I don't think she would be the best answer to a really good Vladimir. I would have picked, I don't know, Kled, because of the fact that he can do grievous wounds. Whoa. Okay, so this is very interesting because Nogri is the one that will be playing Rise, and then you have Showmaker on LeBlanc. Now, this is a tough spot that Damwon Gaming have put themselves in. Yes, you have good late game insurance in terms of Rise, but if LeBlanc doesn't get an early game lead, she's not really good when you're playing her from behind. All right, that doesn't mean the fact that we should count Damwon Gaming out, but it's not looking good. I wonder how they're actually going to win this game, because I would expect Damwon Gaming to play a defensive bot lane style, because that's basically how they play most of the time. In the LCK, they have a very defensive bot lane, which would be your Tom Kench and Ezreal most of the time. Or they would just have just Tom Kench. Most of the time it's just very defensive. Most of the time they would actually have Ashe Tom Kench, which is how they actually play. And it's like, okay, no worries. Tom Kench will actually take us out if we mess up bot lane. And the reason why they switched Irelia to top side, because Irelia into LeBlanc isn't a really, really nice matchup. So I actually want to see how they're going to play. I hope they actually abuse Rise, because Rise is very, very weak early game. And you have Irelia in combination with your Rek'Sai. And Rek'Sai, the 2v2 is way stronger than Lee Sin and Nogari, especially when he hasn't gotten his first item yet. I would say to a certain point, Irelia and Rek'Sai have a stronger mid game if they have their items as compared to Rise, but that's the opportunity they have. It's either to take advantage of early and mid game, because if you allow Damwon Gaming to scale up with Rise, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win the game. And he actually started with Ruby Crystal because this man's not looking to fight, hey? He's not looking to fight early game. So as you can see, you have your 5-point setup. And this is to try and make sure that you try and catch the team if they're trying to do an early game invade. And what you can actually see is that Lee Sin has started with his blue. I believe he's trying to mirror Rek'Sai. But I wouldn't recommend it because normally with Lee Sin, you'd want to start red and then go to Krugs to get more XP so that when you do your third camp, you have a quick level 3, which is what Rek'Sai is doing. Whoa. That was a bad trade. That was a bad trade. I really shouldn't be conceding to the lane like this, to be honest with you. I know Ryze is a sort of has more range than I know Ryze has more range than Irelia, but that doesn't mean that you should be giving Noguri that much respect. I mean, now like you have 2 CS, but compared to 12, and the wave is actually crashing. One thing you need to notice is the fact that Shrimp is heading to mid. I'm guessing he wants to try and, well, he's actually invading. I'm guessing he's trying to see if Lee Sin took his red to try and track. And now he's going to yep. He's going to go and try and kill Noguri because Noguri is very, very overextended. Can they kill him? Wow, okay. That is first blood. Can you actually come out? Okay, he actually came out. That's actually very good. And it's very good because ooh, okay. I spoke too soon. It's as much as yeah, Rek'Sai got the first blood, he just lost his blue. He just lost his blue because he doesn't have flash. Lee Sin has red buff, and he still has his flash, which means the slow would actually, excuse me, would actually put Shrimp slightly behind. Nogaro shouldn't be playing that aggressive without flash. Oh, he just see what I said. As much as Shrimp got first blood, he's just like very far behind. And Robo couldn't help stop Lee Sin's invade because he didn't actually have good tempo. He still needed to farm his minions, which was actually on the tower. And now he's going to crash the wave. I'm guessing it's either he recalls or try and get vision. He's actually going to choose to recall. As much as they got first blood, the lead that they actually have isn't that. And this is mainly because of the fact that Arila is very, very far behind in terms of CS, as well as Shrimp. One thing I'll be trying to do as Rex is try and make sure bot is behind, far behind as possible, which was predicted. And that's pretty good. This is really good because now Flamengo Esports is roughly 600 gold lead ahead. Okay, 600 to 400 gold ahead. If they keep up this tempo and they keep on taking advantage of the fact that Damwon Gaming has a very, very weak early game, they have a good possibility of actually winning. Oh, Kenyan is just what told on a ward. I'm guessing he knows the fact that Shrimp is actually on his blue and he just smited it away. It's pretty good. That's pretty good because mid lane had quite a lot of priority and Goku was still farming his well CS. What I would like to see is I would like to see Robo try and freeze the wave. Mostly because Rise does not have flash. So you actually want him to overextend to allow Shrimp to actually go and gank him once more. But now I'm guessing they're going to choose to actually tower dive him. Oh, wow. Okay. This is actually going really well. This is going really, really well. This is going really well because of how far behind Rise is beginning to be. Robo is recovered in terms of CS, but Shrimp still has quite a lot of gold. And Nogger is, whoa, Nogger is very, very, I think like 700 gold behind, 700 to 800 gold behind. And you see what I mean? Damwon Gaming is behind, but you're allowing them to take Drake. You're allowing them to take Drake. I don't understand why you're allowing them to take Drake. Why aren't you warding Drake? Right? The only thing that you have vision of is Rift Herald, and that's not even but through wards, it's through your Scarlet Crab. I mean, the only thing that they're warding is their jungle, and I understand why they're warding their jungle because they're of Kenyan will invade more. One thing I'm glad that Flamengo Esports is doing is they realize that the fact that they lost bot tower and they just like let it go, like oh we don't have bot tower anymore, and they're choosing to actually take Rift Herald. if they use Rift Herald now and try and get torrent plates or try and burst open a tower, then them letting go of bot will be sort of even to a certain point. But one thing I need to state is the fact that Damwon Gaming's macro is way better than Flamengo Esports. I mean, if you actually look at the fact that Damwon Gaming has so much wards bot side as compared to the amount of wards that Flamengo Esports actually buy. I mean, like, they're not prioritizing as seeing it. And I think that Damwon Gaming is mostly doing it because of what's the word I'm it looks like I'm gonna be stopped. Oh my god, Pike just got outplayed. Pike just got outplayed. I don't know why you are okay. In his defense, honestly speaking, in his defense, he saw Goku actually um try and flank. But I mean, like, he jumped in way too early. Yeah, fine. Let's say he landed the hook. He still had Lee Sin, and Lee Sin still has his ult. He could have just kicked him away and disengaged the fight. But he just got outplayed. Like, damn, he just got outplayed. He just got outplayed. And look what they're doing now. Look what they're doing now. Like, did you actually see that? Look what they're doing now. You give these people, you give these people an inch and they take a mile. Like, Damwon Gaming is really good at taking more or taking the most out of the little opportunities that they actually have. Let's say, yeah, let's say Pike died, right? That's the only thing that should have happened in that play. Pike was just the only person that should have died, right? But now you just gave two kills over. And one of the people who actually gave a kill to is actually Rise, and Rise has like really good late game scaling. Could he have escaped? Yeah, he could have actually. Oh no, he flashed. He actually flashed in and then okay, makes sense. He couldn't have gotten out. Shame, he couldn't have gotten out. Now you have Rise with 120 speed and with 109. And the goal difference is, going back to, Damwon Gaming. And the one thing I need you guys to notice, whoa, to get out. That was anyway, I'm gonna go back. And one thing you guys need to notice is the fact that Irelia has decided to get Wits End as the first item. Wits End first item doesn't do much, especially when you don't have another defensive item, because it basically builds on to whatever you have. So let's say you have Darius Gauge. Wits End gives you more if it's billed as a third item as compared to a first item. And understand why he actually built Wits End, because of the fact that he's going against an AP matchup, and he wants to try and mitigate as much damage that Nogari does to him. But he should have just built Triforce. Like Triforce. That way he can get Sheen, that way he can split push better. And has a lot more threat, solo lane threat potential than just building with end. With end doesn't give you anything, doesn't give you as much as it would. And the scaling only starts at level 13. Level 13. And Arela is currently level 9. So she's not getting the most out of that item. Like not a let me fast. So one thing I want to see is this. Oh, that was a panic flash. That was definitely a panic flash. But in his defense, he might have actually died because he didn't even have stopwatch. If he had stopwatch, he would have alt stopwatch, and then he would have basically CC Canyon in his alt, and then won that trade way better. And now the tower dive. I don't think this is going to work out well, especially the fact that and it did. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, to a certain point, it did. Mostly because they got 2 kills for 1, but the issue is that they gave a 450 shutdown. Right, they gave a 450 shutdown. And that was Rek'Sai down. And like, as much as Flamengo Esports is sort of winning in terms of gold, Damwon Gaming is trying their level best to match whatever Flamengo Esports is doing on the map. So they take top tower. Guess what? Damwon Gaming decides, okay, now we're going to take bot tower. You know? Honestly, we got the shutdown. Oh my god, Yumi got the shutdown. That's that's a big chunk. That's a big chunk. And as much as it says 6 kills, 6 to 5 kills, and as much as Flamengo Esports have gotten more torrent plates, Damwon Gaming is still winning in terms of the gold lead. And this is because of the fact that they took 2 Drakes. 2. And okay, you can admit, okay, it's just Cloud Drake, just gives you mobility. But if they get Elder, it's just gonna be oof. It's just gonna be feels bad. So it means that now Flamengo Esports have 2 things to worry about. They need to make sure that Damwon Gaming does not get Elder. On top of that, they need to make sure that they win the game before Rise has his core item. Because when Rise has his core item, it's still gonna be GG. It's just gonna be GG. How did you miss that? How did you miss that? That was so close. Oh my god. Okay, to be honest, in his defense, Damwon Gaming sidesteps really well. But oh my god, he was so close. He should have just landed that. This just shows how mechanically gifted Damwon Gaming. And this also shows why they are the favorite in terms of who will actually make it out of play-ins. I just wish Zaya had that shutdown goal instead of Yumi. What's Yumi gonna do with that shutdown? Okay, he's going last chapter, but you don't really buy that unless Unless you're playing with Gary Newman. Then that's when you buy stuff like Last Chapter. At least Robo is getting close to his Triforce. Again, Canyon, this man has tried. Oh wow, that slow is very, yeah, that nerf. Because normally when you land a projectile, it's an automatic kill. You know, on Yumi, it's an automatic kill because of how much slow she actually has. So the next thing I would actually want to do as Flamingo Esports is to try and burst open mid tower. And one thing you guys need to realize is, yeah, as much as Damwon Gaming was behind, they got the most important objectives, right? They burst open mid tower, which means that they can then invade Flamingo Esports' jungle and get more deeper visions, which they actually did in terms of control wards and wards there. So now they have like full vision. Full vision. That's the next. Oh, come on. The next Drake is another cloud. It's a fuel spike. And the most vision that Flamingo Esports is getting is a more reactive type vision. They're reacting to what Damwon Gaming is actually doing, which is sad because one thing they need to try and do is they need to try burst open mid. And I'm not 100% sure how they actually do that because in terms of team fighting, I would say they don't want to group up 5v5. They can, but they don't want to. They can, and the reason why I'm saying they can is because Nico, Irelia, and Pike. To a certain point, Kaisa, once she has Hurricane, she's very, very strong at team fighting. Even having Ginsu's Rage Blade is pretty good in terms of team fighting. So they can output more damage to a certain point than what Damwon Gaming can do. Now, how Damwon Gaming like to continue playing is they want to keep on letting Rise farm up as much as possible so that he can get his item. And the next thing they actually want to do is they want to continue setting up vision, not only near the dragon pit, but towards the Baron, mostly because of the fact that it's close to 20 minutes, which means that Baron is going to be, alive soon. And right now it's stale. And if it continues to be stale like this, Damwon Gaming is guaranteed to win this game. Their late game is way, way better than Flamingo Esports. One thing I'm happy is the fact that they removed Vision from their bot side jungle. And now pings are heading towards Baron for both teams. Mostly because of the fact that Drake is what? Why are they posturing towards Drake? Why are they posturing towards Drake? Understand the fact that but it's just a cloud. It's just another cloud. Oh my god, that damage. Okay, LeBlanc has reached her. Oh my God. Le, Showmaker's LeBlanc is disgusting. Showmaker's LeBlanc is disgusting. And now we've reached mid game, and Rise has 2 items. LeBlanc can basically remove half the health of any champion that goes to lane against her. The only champion that can sort of stand a chance is Irela, because now it's level 13 and she has a bit of magic resist. No one has any magic resist in Flamengo Esports. This is strange, mostly because Damwon Gaming has 3 champions that does AP damage. It's Rise and it's LeBlanc. And it's a bit late now. It's a bit late now to try and to get magic resist now that LeBlanc has Void Staff, which gives a lot of magic penetration. This means that she's really good laning against Aurelia now and can take half the health of any champion. You see, this is very, very strange. They're choosing to ward their side of the jungle a lot more than they are choosing to ward the other enemy's side. And I understand why they're doing this. But they're giving too much respect to Canyon. They're giving way, way too much respect to Canyon. They should just like try their level best to ward the enemy's jungle. Now that they have top tier and bot tier removed, their primary objective is to try and remove mid, or else they're not gonna have any. They're not gonna have that much map control as compared to Damwon Gaming. So that's what I would try and focus on doing if I was Flamengo Esports. And they're playing a style that they're not really good at playing. I understand Pi gives you pick potential, but man, you have Nico. LeBlanc, see what I mean? Damn. LeBlanc with Yumi just basically one-shots anyone in the team. And the reason why this happens is because Yumi gives you a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? She gives you more damage on your depending on what you are. So if you're an AP champion, she gives you a bit more AP, depending on how much AP she has. Oh my God, Shoemaker. Shoemaker is just going in, one-shotting people. Oh, wow. That's a triple? Oh, Naguri. Yeah, I told you. These people need a lot of magic resist. Oh my God. Yeah, it's game. It's GG. It's GG. Rise has reached his late game. LeBlanc one-shots everybody. And this is very strange. And the reason why I'm saying this is very strange is because Flamengo Esports did every single thing that they could to try and win the game. One, they camped top lane. They bought, and they left mid. They left mid alone. Mid was an island. Mid was basically the island. This brings a new perspective into mind, which means that if you just camp bot and top, that's not enough to win. That's not enough to win the lane. Mainly because it seems that Damwon Gaming solo laners are really, really good. Like really, really good. And you can't and they took Baron. They just conceding everything. These people have given up. They're not even warding anymore. Rise is just split pushing. I don't know why Rise is going mid when you can just split push bot. Because you can 1v1 anyone or just put Noguri bot. See, this is what he's this doesn't make sense. What Noguri is doing is like he's confused on where to actually go. Or maybe we're still taking Raptors, which is very greedy. He could have just pushed exactly. He could have just pushed bot, let it crash, as they're still busy top side. Could have taken bot inhibitor. I mean, that's the split push 101. Once they're busy there, just add more pressure. You can't be farming Raptors when your team is pressuring the map. That doesn't make sense. So what I would do is now that I have top inhibitor, I'll just go for Drake because that's a free objective to take. But now what they're doing now is they want to put the enemy's jungler even further behind by taking all his camps. I don't understand why they're not taking Drake. It's a free Drake. I mean, the only thing they have, I guess I mean, like it doesn't make sense because their Baron is gonna tire out in like in the next 34 seconds. They can't burst open mid. But I must admit, Nogri is doing quite a lot of that. Whoa, scary. And I'm wrong. They actually burst open mid and bot. I think they can end the game now. I don't think anyone can fight LeBlanc. And Kaiser has IE now. It's just GG. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not sure if you guys actually saw that. Let's just rewind. Let's just rewind. Look at the missed alt. Second miss. Let's rewind that. Missed alt. And second missed alt. And so I'm like, these people are really good at sidestepping. I mean, like, mechanically, Flamingo Esports is up. Mechanically and in terms of macro. They're basically outclassed by the LCK. They genuinely wow, this is yeah. They're just showing off the fact that like they can't do anything. That was complete show off. Now, one thing you'd actually realize is that Damwon Gaming is 4-0, which means they have made it into a knockout stage. So the other interesting thing about it is the fact that Flamingo Esports has to play Royal Youth League. And this, I don't know how they're gonna get out of planes, to be honest with you, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it for me.